It was a typical Tuesday afternoon when I took my 4-year-old daughter, Emma, to her tuition center. She loved the classes there, and I enjoyed seeing her enthusiasm as she headed into the building, her tiny backpack bouncing with every step. I've always valued her education and made it a priority to ensure she received the best. Little did I know, this afternoon would shatter the sense of security I had in our neighborhood, and I would soon face an ordeal that would test everything I stand for, both as a mother and a federal judge. I had no idea that trouble had been brewing for weeks in the community. Karen, the self-proclaimed head of the Homeowners Association, or HOA, had made her presence known. Her power trip had left many neighbors frustrated, but I had kept my distance. After all, I was a busy mother, and my work in the judiciary demanded a lot of my time. However, when Karen's actions crossed a dangerous line, things quickly escalated. Emma and I arrived at the tuition center, just like any other day. As I walked her inside, I heard a car screech to a halt, and before I knew it, Karen stormed out of her vehicle. She was livid, yelling about some minor dispute over a fence that was between our properties. I tried to ignore her, but she wasn't having it. In a fit of rage, Karen pulled out a gun from her bag, aiming it at my daughter. I froze in disbelief as she fired, the sound of the shot echoing in the air. Emma screamed, and I rushed to her, pulling her into my arms. Blood began to pool around her legs as I desperately tried to comfort her, my heart racing in my chest. It was hard to comprehend that this woman, someone who lived in the same neighborhood as us, had just tried to harm my child. Without hesitation, I took out my phone and called the authorities. As I spoke to the dispatcher, my mind raced back to my position as a federal judge. The law wasn't something I only studied. It was my life, my duty to protect and to serve. Karen might have thought she could get away with this, but she underestimated me. I was not just a mother in that moment. I was a judge, and justice would be served. The police arrived shortly, and Karen was quickly taken into custody. Emma was rushed to the hospital, and thankfully, her injuries weren't life-threatening, though she would carry the emotional scars. This horrifying event changed everything. What was once a peaceful neighborhood was now a battleground for justice, and I would ensure that Karen would never harm anyone again.